Hi there. In this video, we'll be taking a look at slide design layouts. I hope that by the end of the video, you'll have a better understanding of why we use templates, what you can achieve with different slide layouts, and which slide layouts are best for different purposes. So, to kick things off, let's take a look at why we set up slide templates. Having interesting, attractive, and clear slides is crucial for engaging and exciting your learners. One of the main ideas of setting up templates for your course is to maintain a consistent style and quality. This really helps your course and even your school or institution stand out and get easily recognized on large online learning platforms. We use templates at the EPFL all the time to keep control of different elements that are used in course videos. The main elements we try to control are layout, text formatting, and the use of additional media. That's things like images, graphics, videos, and animations. The layout is something you should keep consistent throughout your course, and you can easily achieve this by using slide templates. One thing that you will want to avoid is the design elements of your presentation changing from video to video. Because there's so much variety in what can be included in a slide presentation, we use a template that has several different layouts for people to pick from. A title slide, a welcome slide, and a full screen content slide are just some of the layouts we prepare in our templates. Templates also include fonts, bullet points, and colors that are used consistently not just throughout the video but throughout the whole course. The formatting of the text is also important. The use of bold, italic, or colored text is both important and necessary to highlight essential information and key points. When you're making your slides, there are many different methods to present your information in dynamic and engaging ways. So, let's take a look at each of the different layouts in our slide templates and how we go about using them. Let's start off with the title slide. Here are some examples of title slides. The title slide is used at the beginning of a video to indicate some basic information for learners. We would recommend that for each video you make a title slide containing the following information: the course's name, the lesson's name, the professor's name or presenter's name, and any relevant logos that need to be included. You could even add in a relevant image that is linked to the video that you're making. Having this is a really simple and helpful way to let your learners know where they are in the course and what's going to be covered. Now for the welcome slide. Recording videos allows for the possibility to talk directly to your learners by appearing on screen. For our courses here at the EPFL, we mainly use this technique for a video's introduction and conclusion. But this can be used at any point in a video, much like I'm doing in this one. At the slide design stage, we use blank slides like this. Let me step out of frame. We do this to leave space for the speaker to appear later when we do the editing of the video. Appearing on screen is great for a transition between two parts of a lecture. It can also be used when you want to appear on screen to stress an important point with your learners. Just as a side note, here are my top 3 tips for presenting in front of camera to make a really good connection. Tip 1. Talk like you're in conversation with one person. When talking to camera, you may be tempted to speak formally, but learners will most likely be watching your videos on their own. As a result, they're likely to respond a lot better to a video that has a more personalized or conversational approach. The camera lens are the eyes of your learner, so look at it. If you're on screen and not talking directly to the camera, as I'm doing now, it's like you're in conversation with someone and not really paying attention to them. So, get comfortable talking directly to the lens. And finally, tip 3. Rehearse and be familiar with your script and content. The more rehearsed you are, the less stressed you'll be about your presentation. You'll be going into the studio with a general feeling of preparedness. This allows you to present in a more fluid and confident way. The next layout we have is the 50-50 slide. This slide is a half blank slide with text, images or graphics on the other side of the slide. With this slide you can speak directly and personally to your learners, just as we talked about previously. We can also use this slide during a video's introduction and conclusion. Typically, for an introduction, you'd be outlining your learning objectives. So, as an example, you could use a 50-50 slide with you on one side and bullet points of your learning objectives on the other side. You can also use the 50-50 slide when you comment on some text, image, or graphic content. Finally, we have the full screen content slide. This is typically used for videos or photos where there's a lot of detail. With this slide layout, we're able to enlarge the image or video to full screen to help learners really understand the content of the materials being presented. These slides will almost always be accompanied by a voiceover of the lecturer explaining what the learner is or should be looking at. If you're showing content on a slide but without a full explanation, it's better to let the learner know that and provide a link to where the full explanation can be found. And with that, we come to the end of the video. So, to quickly recap, we heavily recommend that you set up a slide template for your course. Also, set out clear slide layouts for use in different circumstances. And finally, adapt your slides to fit the content, not the other way around. It's also important to remember that when you're designing your slides, it's all about delivering your course videos in a clear and easy to follow manner for your learners. Good luck.